Japan is a country of contrasts, a country of tradition, a country of the future. Here, thousand-year-old temples can stand in the shadow of neon skyscrapers. Ancient rituals exist right beside technology that feels almost like science fiction. And that is exactly why Japan feels unlike anywhere else in the world. You can lose yourself in the endless crowds of Tokyo, among screens, lights, noise, trains, and streets that seem to never sleep. And just a few hours later, you can find yourself in Kyoto, surrounded by ancient shrines, wooden temples, stone gardens, and a silence that feels deeper than any sound. And this is where the question begins. How can one country be so different from itself? Where can you see the most beautiful cherry blossoms? Which city feels like the future has already arrived? Where are the places that look not just beautiful, but almost unreal? And why do millions of people around the world dream of coming here at least once? Today we are setting off on a journey through a country that changes the way you see not only the world, but travel itself. Because Japan is not enough to simply see. You have to feel it. If this kind of journey speaks to you, subscribe to the channel. There are still so many places ahead that are worth not just visiting, but truly experiencing. Let's go! Tokyo is a place where the future does not feel far away. It feels like it is already here. In the glow of the screens, in the speed of the trains, in the crowds moving so smoothly, it almost feels like the whole city is breathing in one rhythm. Tokyo never stops for a second. Light, sound, and movement blend into one endless flow. And at first, it feels almost impossible to understand. Because Tokyo is not just one city, it is a whole universe of districts. Shibuya is pure energy. That famous crossing where thousands of people move at the same time. Advertising screens, neon lights, the sound of the city coming from every direction. And you stand there in the middle of it all thinking, how does this all work so perfectly? Shinjuku is a different side of Tokyo. High-rise buildings, business towers, endless streams of people rushing somewhere. But turn off the main street, and the city suddenly changes. Narrow alleys, tiny bars, warm light in the windows. Akihabara is the district of technology, anime, gaming, and pop culture. A place where the future looks bright, loud, and slightly unreal. Neon signs, electronic stores, floors filled with games, figures, screens, and entire worlds that seem to follow their own rules. And that is the magic of Tokyo. Every district feels like a different chapter, and each one reveals the city from a new angle. But Tokyo is not only about speed. Inside this massive metropolis, there are places where the rhythm changes instantly, as if someone suddenly turns the volume down. Meiji Shrine stands in the middle of a large forested park. Silence. Trees. Gravel under your feet. Slow footsteps. And the feeling that the city has somehow disappeared far into the distance, even though it is actually right there. And that is incredible, isn't it? In just a few minutes, you can move from neon and crowds into a place where all you hear is the wind moving through the trees. Gardens, small temples, quiet neighborhoods, they are scattered all across the city. And they are what create the balance. Because Tokyo lives through contrast, between old and new, between silence and noise, between personal space and the enormous flow of people. Even the transport system here feels like a world of its own. Subways, trains, crossings, stations, everything works with a level of precision that almost feels unreal. During rush hour, There are so many people, an incredible number of people, and yet the movement does not feel chaotic. Tokyo has structure, invisible but very noticeable. People move quickly, the city lives quickly, but inside that rhythm there is order. And maybe that is exactly why Tokyo is so impressive. It can be loud, bright, and unbelievably fast, but at the same time precise, thoughtful, and strangely harmonious. It is a city of the future, but a future that has not forgotten its past. Kyoto is a different side of Japan. Quiet, refined, deep. After Tokyo, this city feels almost like a pause, as if someone has slowed everything down, lowered the volume, and left only what truly matters. Kyoto does not try to impress you immediately. It does not shout. It does not flash with screens. It does not overwhelm you with scale. It reveals itself slowly, through details, through light, through shadows on wooden facades, through a sense of space where every single thing feels like it belongs. And this is probably where you feel the heart of traditional Japan most strongly. Hundreds of temples, ancient shrines, stone paths, gardens where even silence feels intentional, streets that have barely changed for centuries. Kyoto was the capital of Japan for more than 1,000 years. And that history is not just remembered here, it is felt. And there is one more detail that makes Kyoto truly special. The city has more than 1,600 Buddhist temples and over 400 Shinto shrines. Just imagine that. Almost around every corner, you can find a place where time seems to move differently. You step in from the street, and suddenly, everything changes. Less noise, more air, more attention to the things we usually pass by. Morning in Kyoto begins differently too. Without rush, without harsh noise, without the feeling that the day is already pulling you somewhere. Light slowly moves through the narrow streets. Wooden houses cast soft shadows, and it feels as if the city is waking up very carefully, as if it does not want to disturb its own silence. One of Kyoto's most famous districts is Gion, and here, the city becomes even more delicate, even more precise. On the narrow streets, you may see geisha and maiko passing by quickly, almost without stopping. Their movements are exact, reserved, and yet incredibly expressive. And you know what matters here? This is not an attraction, not a decoration for tourists, not a performance created for the camera. It is part of a culture that still exists today, living, complex, and deeply subtle. And that is why Kyoto stays with you. It does not try to impress through noise. It works differently. Slowly, quietly, deeply. Kyoto does not simply show you traditional Japan. It lets you feel its rhythm, even if only for a few moments. Osaka is Japan without too much restraint. More direct, more emotional, and in many ways, much more approachable. If Tokyo is the rhythm of the future, and Kyoto is the silence of tradition, then Osaka is life happening right here, right now. Loud, warm, real. This is a city that does not hide its emotions. It does not try to look perfect. It does not keep its distance. You feel Osaka immediately, from the first streets, from the first sounds, from the first fragments of conversation coming from around the corner. People here speak louder, laugh more often, move more freely, and it feels like the city lets you in a little faster. You know those places where the atmosphere is not created by the buildings, but by the people? Osaka is exactly that kind of place. Its true heart is Dotonbori, neon signs, huge moving displays, light reflecting on the water of the canal, crowds, voices, music, the smell of food. Everything blends into one bright, living stream. And here, there are no pauses. Seriously, only movement. But it is not the kind of movement that drains you. It does the opposite. It gives you energy. The streets are filled with the smell of hot food, the sounds of kitchens, the voices of vendors calling you closer. And at some point, you realize, in Osaka, food is not just food. It is the language of the city. There is a reason Osaka is known as Japan's kitchen. Here, food is not just part of the culture, it is the foundation of it. Takoyaki, okonomiyaki, ramen, dishes cooked right in front of you. Fast, hot, alive. Osaka does not try to be delicate. It does not whisper. It speaks directly. Loudly. Deliciously. Honestly. And maybe that is exactly why it is so easy to love. Hiroshima is a city you cannot fully understand right away. It does not shout about its history. It does not try to impress you immediately. And it does not force emotion on you. But that is exactly why it feels so deep. This is a place where silence matters, where a pause can sometimes say more than any words. Today, Hiroshima is a modern, peaceful city. Wide streets, parks, a river running through the center. Everyday life moving gently, without rush. At first glance, there is no feeling of tension here. Actually, it feels balanced, almost unusually calm. But that balance did not appear by accident. And once you begin to understand why, the city opens up in a completely different way. In the center of Hiroshima, you find Peace Memorial Park. And this is not just a park, it is a space of memory, open, quiet, almost silent. And here, every element has meaning. Every path, every monument, every direction you look. there is one detail that stays with you. Every day at 8:15 in the morning, a bell rings here. That was the exact time of the explosion in 1945. And that sound does not feel like a formality. For a few seconds, it almost seems to stop the city. It reminds you that memory here is not something distant. It is still present. The Genbaku Dome is one of the few structures that remained after the explosion. It stands in the city center as a reminder. Not aggressive, not loud, quietly restrained. And that restraint makes it even more powerful. Hiroshima is not only about the past as a single event. It is about memory as an ongoing process, about how a city was able to rebuild itself, how it continued to live, and how it managed not to forget. But there is something else that needs to be said. Hiroshima is not only history. Today, it is a living city, with cafes, shops, evening lights, people going about their day. Ordinary, everyday life that somehow feels especially precious here. The famous Torii Gate stands directly in the water, and during high tide, it looks as if it is floating above the surface. You have probably seen this image before. It is one of the most recognizable symbols of Japan. But in real life, it feels even calmer, even softer, even stronger. The river runs through the center of the city. The water moves slowly, and it gives Hiroshima a sense of calm, as if the whole city is breathing evenly. This is a place where nature and culture come together in a very natural way, without too much explanation, without trying too hard to impress. People move without hurry. They speak more calmly. And it feels as if this city has truly learned how to hold balance within itself. And maybe that is what Hiroshima is really about. It does not speak loudly. It simply stays with you. Nagasaki is a city that seems to take one quiet step back. It gives you space, and it lets you see more. Everything here moves more slowly. The light feels softer. The silence feels deeper. This is not the kind of place that impresses you immediately. It works differently, quietly, gradually, and then it stays with you. Nagasaki lies among hills. The city seems to unfold downward toward the water. Narrow streets, stairways, houses rising one above another. And because of this landscape, everything has a sense of movement. Even when the city itself feels completely calm. Nagasaki is a port city, and for a long time, the sea shaped its history. You know what makes it so special? For many years, this was one of Japan's few points of contact with the outside world. During the period of isolation, Nagasaki remained a place where Japan connected with Europe. And that connection changed the city. Foreign influences appeared here, in the architecture, in the culture, in religion, in the very feeling of the city. And that mixed character can still be felt today. But Nagasaki also carries a heavy memory. In the center of the city, there is Peace Park, a space dedicated to the events of 1945. It feels different from Hiroshima's memorial space, more open, a little more symbolic. At the center stands the peace statue. One hand points upward, a reminder of the sky. The other stretches out to the side, a gesture of peace. A simple image, but a very powerful one. And when you stand in front of it, you do not really want to say too much, because sometimes a symbol is enough. But, like Hiroshima, Nagasaki today is not only about the past. It is a living city, with markets, cafes, everyday rhythm, people going to work, meeting, eating, talking, living. And that matters, because the city did not remain frozen in memory. It kept moving. In Nagasaki, there is always a feeling of openness, as if the city is looking not only into the past, but somewhere further. The waterfront reveals a completely different mood. Water, ships, sea air, and a horizon that is not limited by the city. Beyond the hills, beyond the water, beyond its own history. And maybe that is why it stays in your memory so quietly, but so strongly. If this journey through Japan inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. From ancient temples and quiet mountain paths to neon-lit streets and breathtaking landscapes, there are many more stories and destinations ahead. Leave a like, tell me in the comments which place in Japan impressed you the most, and I'll see you in the next adventure.